Welcome to Washed Up Podcast. You ain't what you used to be, but you in position to be who you destined to be. To get close and personal, thank you for blessing us with your time to be tuned into our time so we can be a constant beat in your mind. Washed Up.
Playboy. What good? What's good? We in there bit, man. Happy New Year's, man. Got my boy JY in the building. My boy Dirt Dig in the building. The show Hoppo.
Happy New Year, all my loved ones, friends, and family. We here.
Happy New Year.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
New Year,
Queasy
fellas.
Q. Yeah, man. Hey, man, we blessed.
We here, baby. We still here.
Man, we marching in 2025, man, with our heads up, man. We gonna get everything that we gonna ask for.
Sir.
That's real. That's real. That's real, man. Hey, man, we've been watching these little slow ass little bowl games. Boy, that what it was, Arizona and
Arizona State, Texas.
ooh, boy, that was one of the best games, boy.
It started off though. It
ain't started
fourth
off
quarter
right.
got like that.
I think
That
that's
one
the
of
best
my
game that
favorite.
we done seen in the playoffs this year. Like, it had you on the edge of the seat like the whole game, man. You didn't know how that was gonna turn out.
Yeah,
The whole game.
I thought Arizona State was gonna pull it out though because Texas had so many opportunities that they just didn't capitalize on towards the end. So
Coach.
it's like when they start doing that, you kind of tend like it's gonna
Coach
go
is
to the
slowing out.
underdog.
Yeah, the coach, yeah, he was slowing out over there. Q, he had them googly eyes. He knew he was letting the team down.
Yeah, he was.
He was busy with getting glossy. He up here making these old confident bad decisions. Man, get out of
Go
here,
home,
run the
man.
ball and go home. Y'all,
Yeah, they made some bad calls,
It's
man.
like they were trying to get the
Yeah.
quarterback to play of the game or
You know,
something.
so
Like he
lucky.
was trying to get him to play of the game. Like, let's score a touchdown.
trying to
Mhm.
send him on his way out. Yeah.
Now that young man gonna be nice, y'all.
Who?
Redshirt
Who?
freshman, the quarterback. He gonna be nice.
Okay.
Arizona
Oh,
State.
yeah.
Arizona State.
What
he
year is that running
He
back?
done, I think. Yeah.
He out of there. Yeah, he out
Got
of
him for what? He showed something
Ooh,
today.
man, he a beast.
I ain't watching.
there.
Yeah, but man,
He said
He's
it though
a
in the
beast.
last game.
Yeah.
He was saying it. He said, "Hey, boy, I'm that dude."
He said he the best running back. He said he the best running back in college football, Jay.
Yeah, he did say
he
it.
showed his numbers, his receiving numbers too. Hey, he might have should have been up for the Heisman too.
This the last.
He should
At least talked about
This
more.
the
You ain't
last
hear
we gonna
nothing
hear,
about him.
Hey, so speaking of Heisman, so now can everybody's not us, but I'm just saying everybody else stop talking about Genty though, who got shut down by Penn State. So now can they
Well,
say that what? Because you know how they was trying to say, oh, Genty should
I
have
still
won.
think he should
A
have
lot
won.
of people
though.
were saying that
But
should have won
Well-
the Heisman.
Well, I felt like Gentry was gonna get shut down against Penn State anyway, man. Because they ain't played nobody. They played Oregon. We know, and he had a good
That's
game
what I was
against
gonna
Oregon.
tell you, Q.
But everybody else, like that was a dogfight. Like their O line was killing everybody they played. So there was like the best chance that he had to really just show his true talent besides the Oregon game.
Would he have gotten those numbers at another division?
Yeah.
Q?
yeah, I think. I mean,
SEC.
depending on the system, like he was the only guy that like he was their system. If he went somewhere else, because the game was still like it wasn't like they got blowed out. So he still, kept him in the game. He just wasn't having his crazy of game though.
But they forced him to cough that bitch up
Yeah,
twice though.
they-
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it
they
happens when
forced
you
him
trying
to
to
call
run
that
people
bitch up
over.
twice.
It happens.
I can't even see Q.
It happens when you try to run people over.
I don't know, Q. I
So
feel like
Dirk-
he would have got some numbers, but not this record season numbers.
You don't think so?
Putting on though. Yeah, I think he would have put up decent numbers, but not like.
I think them
how he
other
been
schools,
doing.
they tend to use two backs though
Yeah.
too. Like a lot of them bigger schools, like those schools tend to do a little two back thing. I don't know too many teams that just run just one back like that all the time. Not in like the SEC, Big 12. Like they don't really. They're like, look at Ohio State. Ohio State had two running
NFL
backs.
too.
One of them could have probably had 2,000 yards, but they split time. So they both had 1,000. But it's hard to say that now.
And Tennessee,
I think that's the formula.
Nah.
and Tennessee running back. I don't know if y'all watch Tennessee running back
Hold
this
on,
year, but
Keith.
he was
Yeah,
putting
hold
up
on,
numbers
hold
too.
on.
Hold on, y'all. Hold
Oh,
on.
my bad.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. We can see your thighs on this end. Nah.
What the fuck?
That's some old Joe shit right there.
I about to unplug this shit.
Nah, Joe did that bullshit before. He had his phone like that. Bitch seen them old coochie shorts he had on. I'm good.
Bitch, I got on something now. What you talking about?
No, I ain't good.
Wouldn't even be knowing if Joe be having those shorts. Or...
There's somebody out there telling them legs sexy, boy.
Hey,
Cause he be showing.
hey,
He be showing them knock knees with confidence, boy.
wait. I ain't doing it for no nigga. You feel me?
Man, that run away from them fireworks was so ugly. Boy.
You saw me, dog?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was my dog. I ain't gonna count. I said I ain't Joe. And I thought about it.
It was.
Hey, you ain't finna JPP me. No, nigga. Fuck that shit.
Watch that nigga.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Watch
I was
up,
trying to
bro.
light that bitch with a lighter because my torch went out. And
Yeah.
you know how that bitch be flickering, right? And that bitch said, I said, oh, hell
Yeah.
no.
Oh, man.
Hell no. Even though she had recorded that shit.
Oh, man.
What y'all think about life after football, man? Is it thinking about when y'all was done, when y'all finished? Was it a hard transition? Did you know what you was doing next when you realized you was done?
Man, after that last game, and then you just had to become a student. Like, you know how football gave you a routine. Workout, study hall, school, practice, all that. Man, when all that was gone, man, you sitting around like, what the fuck am I gonna do with my time? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
literally, I would sit around and be like, what am I gonna do with my time?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I came here to play football. And it was gone. Man, I was lost for about 2 or 3 weeks, bro. And trying to have to come up with a schedule with for myself that, you know, that make the day go by.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I ain't gonna lie, that shit that was weird, bro. I'm like, and I was looking at people like, this what y'all be doing during the day? Like, this is hell no.
But you had a plan. You had a plan though, right? You had something like, I mean, like after school, after college, you was like, all right, if I don't, you know, continue to play football. But even as like ego wise, like did it do something to the ego? You know how you used to being around, man. Like you say, you used to having a schedule, but like I know for me, it felt like when I actually knew I was done, I was like, man, the same feeling. Like, dang, boy, what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I was so used to having practice, so used to being in meetings, so used to just always having something to do on the weekends, and then all of a sudden you like, all right, I don't play football no more. People ain't asking about you next season, that type of things. Like identity wise, it's like an identity crisis almost, because you've been doing it. That's when I think you realize you've been doing it for so long. You're like, damn, like, what I'm gonna do next? So that's all you know. But I was just wondering, like, what y'all felt when you knew you was done.
Man, no lie. That spring when I was done after the season, nigga was out there running routes with the wide receivers. This how you do it. This how you do it. And I realized,
Is it anything that y'all do that y'all used to do routinely in football that you still do right now? As far as like either it be working out or something like that's a habit that now you put it in as doing work or something?
Well, with me, it's the 4:30, 5 o'clock workouts. I am still on that. Some mornings I get up, till this day, I'm 42 years old, and I still be trying to hit the gym at 5 o'clock because I was just so used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Good, boy. I wish I...
Yeah, I can't get up that early to work out. Not consistently. But I still keep that workout routine. Not as hard because you couldn't run. You can't run as hard and can't do exactly how you did when it was practice and stuff. but that transition was a little bit difficult, mainly because, like I said, playing football, you knew exactly where to be, what you had to do. Everything was on schedule. And then just transitioning into the real world, and things just don't go quite as planned as you would have them planned. Well, I had different like aspirations. I didn't know. I think it would have been better if I would have known exactly when it was over, when my last game would have been. But it was still like a fight between, okay, do I go towards career or do I continue to follow a dream? So that was a little iffy for, I guess, for a couple years for me trying to figure that out. And then once I kind of decided, all right, put the football aspect behind me, transition into a career was kind of hard. You feel like, all right, I got this degree, but then you quickly realize that just doesn't get you in the door. You need a lot more than that. So that was, navigating through that time was a little bit hard.
Yeah, that was for me, it was depressing. I never realized when it was over to like years down the road from when it actually was over, because I kind of self-sabotage my career dealing with that, being in the system, not understanding relationships and things like that. Once I got into the work field, just like Jay said, you know, I had that degree. I'm like, you know what, this shit finna be sweet. I'm gonna slap that degree out and it's smooth sailing. But then it come back again. You got to have rapport and you got to have relationships in order to have them doors open the way you thought you would, because you got it. You know, I remember I had an interview, and I felt like I nailed it. It was like about 8 people interviewing me.
Panel interview.
Yeah, about 8 people interviewing me. I felt like I nailed it. But I seen one of the white dudes looking at my head. I had my dreads tightly, neatly braided up and everything. He looking at my dreads, you know what I'm saying? I felt like no sweat. But the thing is that for the job that I was interviewing for, there was questions that I had that they was asking that was going to put me on the polygraph test also, to make sure that what you were saying was true with certain questions. So I was, answering honestly. And I think he asked a question like, have you been around? Do you know anybody that stole before? Do you know anybody that sold drugs? Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, anything that you asking me is of course.
You feel uncomfortable.
I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So then he asked me like, when the last time I used drugs, and when the last time I used it? I said, yeah, I smoked weed. And I think it was probably when I was in, I don't know what I told him, either high school or college. As soon as he found something, okay, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Damn.
I said, damn. I said, wait a minute. So then the lady was walking me out. She like, baby, she was telling me, because of my hair, that the fool was doing such and such. They could have made a decision. It is a rule though, that it got to be a certain period of time that you have used and not used, which I felt I met that gap. You know, but I was in high school or college or something then at the time. I'm like, man, this shit here crazy. You know what I'm saying? It hurt it, huh?
I said, and you was being honest too.
Honest, you know what I'm saying? And that made me, it kind of changed my perspective. Yeah. Like, man, when you trying to do things right, be an honest man and do things right, be honest. That shit hit. Still got declined. That ride home, boy, I ain't gonna cap, boy. Them eyes got a little watery because the real life kind of, that's when it like really sat in. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That shit, you know, I thought it was sweet. Went in there, bam, you know, confident, happy. And then he got to these old bullshit ass questions that ain't meaningful.
Yeah.
And well, we appreciate you coming. Thank you, sir. You know, whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, nah, that's what he said. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be, I can't remember the years he said, but it said, if I said it was 4 years ago, he said it's, well, sorry, sir, it's supposed to be 6. Thank you, though. Woo.
Yeah.
I said, damn, that shit hurt it. I mean, the reason why I'm giving that example, that's when it like really started hitting in, because I'm like, man, I'm finna pull my little degree out, because at first I was working at I was a little supervisor at a detention center with juveniles, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm finna go ahead and it kind of changed my whole thing, because then I ended up cutting my hair off because of that shit too. It fucked me up, so it played a role. I'm like, man, these people really looking at me like intimidated or scared of this, that, and the third.
You don't feel off?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Good budget.
Yeah. That's why I moved up here. I couldn't find anything in Tampa. Like I was working at Coke. It was like a temp job, but doing something like scanning invoices. Like in every like real accountant job I applied for, like I didn't get.
Yeah.
So it was more opportunity. I got something up here, and that's why I left. I couldn't find anything. Everybody like, oh well, you don't have experience, but we didn't have time like to do internships or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have no time for that. You playing ball, especially we played all the way through December, because we was in playoffs, going to championship every year, so it was no time.
So I remember when I came out, and like you said, T, with the degree, man, I went into the interview with confidence, like I'm Joe the Show. You feel me? I can light a room up when that bitch dog. I've been having my way since I was a young man. I thought I killed the interview. I thought I did, and they asked me one question, y'all. The one question I could not. They said, "Do you have any experience at this job?" No lie, that was the final question. I'm like, nah, I've been playing football.
Because it's like,
I seen my.
You seen the resume.
They want you to lie, man.
You seen the resume.
They want you to lie, Hoppo.
Yeah.
They want you to lie, man.
But
as I'm 2 years experience.
See, I had a lady walk me out also. And so when they got done asking me all the questions, they let me speak. And I told them straight up, I know I may not have no experience, but if y'all give me a chance to learn this job, I'm going to be the best y'all ever had.
Yeah.
And I gave them that whole little speech. The lady, when she walked, she said, I like what you just said. I still got denied.
Yeah, that's what Joe Hoppo. That's why that shit hurted me, because I felt like I was pleading for the job.
Yeah.
You're doing old flute shit like that, and still got denied. Later, baby, don't see what it is. They don't do that for the women, but I noticed they do that to the men.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you got the whoa. I'm like, ain't this a? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these fools. But experience, that's the key. Is like every job, you gonna have to get trained up for that job. I don't care if you got experience somewhere else, you still gonna have to get trained.
They're gonna teach you they're gonna teach you what you need to know for that job.
Anyway,
that's why I always say that nowadays college kind of it's better to go to a vocational school than a university. I mean, you really go for the university for the networking and sometimes that networking don't really help you out. But the vocational, you got hands-on, training or doing whatever it is that you're doing. So when you come out, you pretty much got the experience and everything.
You got a skill more than anything. You got
you can start your own.
Skill. I think that's something that they didn't like. My coach them didn't really talk about. I can't really say it was their job to, but just watching like certain people in my family have certain jobs, I realized like this job gonna pay good no matter what the economy look like, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? And I think like that's something that maybe I say black families or families in general should talk about to kids, like when they in their teens, like getting skills that people pay a lot of money for. Because at the end of the day, like, you don't know what the climate is going to be like in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, but you do know you're going to have to pay for a car, house. You already know you're going to have to pay for that. So I think, like, when we first get out of school and, like, first jump into we aren't really thinking that far. We just like, man, we need a job. So we go to apply for stuff that we really don't even probably be wanting to do, but you just need a job. You know what I'm saying? You need to get paid, and then you go into these situations where they asking you, name a time where you had to go over and beyond for a customer. Like, bro, I'm 18. I'm 19 years old, bro.
You got to go back to some old football situation.
Yeah,
you got to go back to the football team and
yeah. I had to use that a lot. I use that a lot.
Old Johnny Williams,
yeah. And you got to.
He didn't understand the playbook, so I had to. But Q, on that note, man, our people, we've been bamboozled, so we always been drilled and taught that college is gonna be the tool in a way for success. So our parents even think that, because even the ones that, for example, that didn't go because of my family, they wasn't in college like that. So to them, that was that new world that, dang, you get there, this is what's going, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for our people to really see that, hey, really, the whole time, all you really needed to do is, XYZ. Invest in a skill, get a skill, you know what I'm saying? In order to, you'll never be without, long as you got that skill. But when we go up there chasing that fantasy degree, studying shit that 99% we ain't using. And then when you get to wherever you're going, you're going to have to get retrained about that anyway.
I don't think we were taught, like, as a whole, how college actually works.
Facts.
Because I guess the thing is higher education, just period. But that doesn't necessarily have to mean college. Higher education could be what we learned at Tech. Like, if we would have took those things serious, it is some of those trades serious. But I think the whole college concept, and mostly because we weren't allowed, even like go back to FAMU, all the HBCUs back in those days, it was the A&M, like the agriculture and mechanical. So people went there and they learned those type of skills. So like, we were growing up, people just thought, oh, go to college. And okay, good. If you use college the right way, it can be successful. Like a lot of people, for instance, just who go to Harvard, like you don't even have to graduate if you go there. It is about learning how to communicate with people, building a network of friends. So, all right, okay. My roommate from Harvard is XYZ now. Like, he gonna look out for me anytime. Like, we weren't taught to go there to build those type of relationships and seek different things outside of just what we learn in that classroom. College is more so learning what you can learn outside of that classroom and learning how to interact with different type of people that you're not going to see on a daily basis. Like, you meeting somebody from Arizona, meeting somebody from California, those connections. So if you go out, you have to go there for any other reason. Like, all right, I got this person in my phone, I can call him whenever. Those connections that we should be establishing that we weren't really taught that we should be established. We just, all right, go to college, get a degree. Nigga, what that mean?
Yep.
It was to be a worker. To be a worker. My bad, T.
No, go ahead.
But no, I was saying it's I think originally, like when I was learning about college when I was younger, it was like go learn, get a degree, and go work for somebody. It was never like you say, the communication networking part. I think that's the part where you kind of just do on your own and see how it go for you. Like, I thank God I went to a school way further away from what my environment was. Like, majority of us did, you know what I'm saying? So I was around people that didn't come from what I came from. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them didn't, except like football team wise, but like outside of football team, in the classroom is where I learned about way more other lives, other stuff, like stuff that other people's parents was doing. Kids that didn't play football, it seemed like they had a plan. It seemed like their family had a plan for them, because it was like, we came to school just for this. Like, we came to school because I'm going to be a behavioral therapist when I get out of here. So I got to take all these classes to be that. You know what I'm saying? But all the football players, we sitting in class and it's kind of like, shoot, we gonna play football. Like, some of us get like I was able to play after college, but like even after that, in between that, I worked jobs, but still wasn't nothing that I was like, man, I didn't go to college for this. You know what I'm saying? But it was still just plug and play type of jobs. But even now, what I do now, I think I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for a connection or somebody I knew. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have just woke up one day and was like, oh, I'm going to apply to be a contractor. Like, it was because of somebody that I kept in contact with and that I was around, frequently. And they was like, oh, man, you should, you know what I'm saying? You should come do this, man, and try this right here. And then, okay, cool. I get into that and learn that. And it take me a lot, it do a lot for me. So I think that's the part, like you say, we don't get that. We don't get taught the connection part. And maybe it ain't really our parents' fault, because they were busy, working and
they didn't know.
They didn't know really like that. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to create a living for us. So we got the slight, the end of the pie basically on that part. But I think like everybody kind of evolves in a way. The more people you around that ain't from where you from, I think you kind of learn from them, and then you like, you know what? Then it just make you a better person anyway. And it make you make better decisions.
That exposure can lead to expansion. The more you're exposed to the more you know. Like we grew up in this box, like this is all we know. And you think, all right, it's always been done this way. This is how it's supposed to be done. Then you go to college, like, oh, dang, y'all can do it like this? Like just something, it could be something simple. Like, all right, well, you don't have to. Oh, y'all don't put crease in y'all pants? All right. It was, just something like just being around people, you see how they do certain things. Have always done things this one way your whole life, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily the right way or the wrong way. It's just other ways that things can be done. And I don't think, like I said, I don't blame our parents because I think each generation is responsible for pushing things a little bit forward. So like, I'm sure they did more than their parents were exposed to, and we've been exposed to a little bit more. So our kids should be able to take it a little further than even we did. So it should continue to grow and not be stagnant.
Yeah. Agree. It's not, I agree. It's not the point to blame, but who is at fault for feeding these false narratives to our people though? What would y'all say, or what would y'all think? Like, because
which part of
society? I think access to information. Like a lot of time, that information wasn't as readily available as it is now. We know more now than was known before. Like the internet didn't even exist. Like if you wanted to find something, like just think about doing book reports when we were, or some type of report, you had to go like to the encyclopedia. You go to the library. Now you can get any information on your phone. You can't hide everything anymore. So now it's out more. So we have more information than we did before.
What you was going to say? Oh, go ahead, Dirk.
I was gonna say society too, though, because we could also say that information been there, but it was just hidden, so we would have to do extra steps to go get that information. So instead of that, I feel like society, meaning like newspaper, TV, magazines, stuff like that, always been telling us like this is what you need to do. Just like I remember at Greco, I think what it used to be called a career day or something. Like they used to come to the school. And not the Great American Teaching, but it used to be something where like they'll be like, hey, what you want to do, in 10 years? They ask you that famous line, how you see yourself in 10 years and stuff. And they don't really tell you like okay, after college, yeah, even though you might have a degree, this is what you need to do, like yada yada yada. For instance, like me being in Upper Bound, that did help me navigate through college good. Like I'm glad I experienced it, because once I got to college, I kind of like knew what to do, who to go see for this and that and everything else or whatever. But still, there was nothing for after college. Okay, now that I got the degree, now what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I think society played a part of it too.
What you was finna say, Q?
Now,
You
I wanted
remember?
you to explain what you meant by the false narrative part. Like, I want to make sure I understood what you were saying about what do you consider the false narrative, though?
That college is the going to college and you will be successful. Yeah, just by having a degree.
Voting for hoax.
I think like Black said, I think it was the climate we was in, or we grew up in. I think that was the only structure that we knew. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was easy to sell to kids. It was easy to sell to high schoolers because we needed some kind of hope. I think, like, and
I mean, but before you go, I'm asking, like, who fed us that information?
I'm with you on that too, because I think it's a scheme. You don't need it.
Yeah,
a lot of it, especially you can go, like, say you can go to a 2-year school for way cheaper. It's just like
you go to truck. You can go to truck
than anything.
You can go to
the
school
whole
for 6
first
months.
2 years. Like, you don't use any of that.
Yeah,
right.
We were blessed to have scholarships, but the average kid, they more in depth than anything. You know what I'm saying?
It's set up by.
I know I always got to get aside the different point of view on I don't think college is for the average kid though either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it was meant for everybody to go do. One thing that I learned from college, even if I didn't think the curriculum was helping me or doing something for me, committing to something for that long and finishing it shows a lot about a person too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that we learned through college that I don't think we may realize now. Like, imagine the days where you didn't really have no money and you had to figure out how you was gonna eat. Somebody gave you a task and you had all this other stuff going on, but you still had to complete this task by this day. Interacting with other students, even the mental part of playing sports with it. Like dealing with not being if you wasn't a starter and you still got to do 2 papers by Friday. Like, it was a lot of stuff I think that we had to deal with, that you can still pull some positive, you know what I'm saying, necessarily from, because like, if I own the company, I know one thing, I have to have some type of prerequisites for my employees. I gotta have some type of, like, I can't just hire anybody. So I think with companies back then or even now, like, they look for that. Like, I just want to know if you can commit to something and finish it. And college, I think, was that ticket. Like, it was like, all right, if you can withstand what you withstood in college, then I know anything that I bring to you at this company, you probably able to
finish. That was hitting too. Whoa.
It's his internet.
Yeah, take pause.
Yeah, no, I get what he was saying. Like, it just proves that you can, you can finish something. Like,
what I was gonna say. Hold on, Hopper. I was gonna say that it's like a character builder. I guess you're looking at it as a, you building character by going through those different challenges and showing the will to overcome.
Basically enrichment.
What'd you say, Dad?
So right now at my job, I do the hiring at my job right now, right? So if I'm hiring an employee and I look at their resume can look good, y'all. Their background and everything like that looks good. They got what they need to do the job, right? But if I look at your history and I look at you done had 4 jobs in 1 month, in 1 year, 4 jobs in 1 year. You're not committed to anything. You really just job hopping. And I'm just going off what Q was saying. So if you can't be committed to working a job, because right now everybody that I associate with has been working the same job 5, 10. Myself, I'm going on 12 years. You get what I'm saying? I'm committed to this job. I haven't filled out the application. Well, in the house I have, but I'm not looking to go nowhere. So I don't need nobody who be trying to work here for 4 to 5 months. And I get better things do come up. I understand. I get it. But have you been giving me your all over here at this job? Is your attendance perfect? You get what I'm saying? Are you doing what you're supposed to do every day at this job, at your job right now, and to move up to elevate yourself? So I look at all of that because that shows a character to me when I be interviewing these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you been doing for this last year? All right. Yeah, your resume looks good. You went to college, you got your degree, blah, 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 blah. But why can't you keep a job? As it is. That's all I'm saying. Why can't you keep a job?
Well, it's different times, especially with these kids. These kids, the younger generation, they don't stay at jobs like that anymore. Like none of us stay at jobs. Like even our parents and that generation, they found a job at a factory. They worked there until they retired. Now, like staying at one job for that long, a lot of times can be stagnant. The way you can move up faster is going from here. And like I said, it's more information. So you can see like the younger generation, actually, they know they're worth a lot more. Like, all right, you paying me this or you paying, like, I don't have to stay here if you're going to give me a 2% raise at the end of the year. Like, I can go get 10% more of my salary if I move to this job. And that's why, like, that's, I don't know if they're, what's it called? Gen Z or wherever we're at with them now. Like, that's how they move. They is no more at a job for even the 10 years about to be extinct. They don't, a year or two and they out to the next. Yeah. I mean, that's just how it goes. Yeah. Like, you haven't been at your job 35 years, worked at a factory, a plant.
No. I had somebody tell me, and it's crazy you say that, Black. I mean to cut you off, Q, but somebody told me they had seniority over another staff member. I said, how long you been here? She said, 1.5 years. I said, oh my God.
That's how it goes.
But for what you were saying, I mean, Hoppo, I feel like, I mean, everybody gonna have their own individual specifics on what they think a person desire is to want a job and not be very interested in a job. And, you know, we human. So even our assumptions may not be true. A person could be in a situation that they done had about 4 or 5 jobs and maybe they significant other in the service or something. You know, I mean, like it can be a multiple things of what it is that the case may be. But sometimes we can get, the reason why I'm saying this, we can get caught up in saying, oh, well, this person done had 4 jobs, snatch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to consider this person, you know, for this position, but they might be a great person if you give them the opportunity to present themselves.
Well, T, I agree. I agree with you on saying, but I'm just saying 4 jobs in 1 year, T.
No, I know.
To me, that's all I was saying. That shows no commitment to me.
No, I heard what you said, and that's why I was saying what I was saying.
I got you.
That to you, that's showing you that's what their commitment is, but you don't actually know unless you had that conversation with them. See, like if you can look at that resume and you say, you know what, okay, this is how I know it get like that. If you're doing the hiring process, this is the way I do to slim down the candidates of the people I'm trying to hire. So I see this, or let me, the first thing I'm doing to minimize who I'm calling in for an interview is to look for the red flags. That's a red flag for me. right? Mm-hmm. From what you're saying, that's a red flag. So you will look at you'll look at the resumes. Oh, whoop, this one out, this one out, this one out. You know, this between 2-3, gap. Nah. But I guess to a degree you can understand it. But that's the glitch of the human nature. We have it depends on how you looking at it. On how whoever's behind that desk, how they looking at it, how they viewing it.
Drugs,
But T, through it all, T, I do the interview, T. I do the interview and I ask those questions first. I don't look at the resume and say, "Nah, don't bring this person in for the interview." I still give them a chance because, like I said earlier, I was in that seat years ago. So I still give them an opportunity. Now, if they wow me in the interview, T, I still give them a shot. But if they don't, T, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's okay. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Now, if you like, okay, I look at the resume and I see X, Y, and Z. Oh, no.
No, I still bring them in. Yeah, I still bring them in.
Because the thing is, you can have somebody that done been on the job for 6 years, 7
still
years.
Know nothing.
Trash.
I got
when they, you know what I'm saying? Terrible worker.
They won the game, T. They won the game.
Yeah. What they say, ain't gonna kill nothing, ain't gonna let nothing die. Man, they be killing me out there. I'm like, how you been here this long?
Yeah.
No, I ain't know what a break room was. The clock out. How the fuck you been all this long? You don't know what a break room is.
That's a crucial one. I done got a lot of no's, boy.
Stay at Publix.
This contract and stuff, boy. I done got so many no's, boy. I be telling people all the time, bro. If I showed y'all my email, man, and how many no's I done got over the years, boy, to one win, to that bag, boy, I done got a lot of no's, boy. And a lot of time it be because I'm not in a circle. I'm not in a circle of employees. Because it's dudes that been working 10, 15 years in the same contract, and then it's like, well, dang, look, he got everything, he got the experience, but we don't know if he gonna fit in when he get here. We don't know if he gonna complain about the housing. We don't know if he gonna complain about the car. It's a whole bunch of other stuff that go into it. I mean, it's a little different, but I done got a lot of no's, man. I think I won't say college, but I'll say life just taught me that nose is nose. You know what I'm saying? How you gotta it come with it. It come with it, and it's like, dang, I know I could do this job. Like T say, they don't know your life, so they don't know. Okay, you could have had 4 jobs in a year, but they don't know that the person you had a kid with ain't stable, so you gonna have to not go to work a few times, and you done lost your job because of it. They don't really know why you in the situation you in. So it kind of sucks for some people because they don't get that shot. You know what I'm saying? To actually show people that they can be at a job for a long time. Because like Hoppo say, you look at the resume and you say, damn, they had 4 jobs for a year. You like, I'm swiping. You know what I'm saying? But all in all,
Junior.
Hey. What's up, man?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Going downstairs.
Daddy.
I'll be down in a second.
But I'm smitten.
We can hear you playing the drums up here. Go on downstairs.
I'm visiting you.
Thanks for visiting me. I love you too.
But no, I was just capping it off. No, I was just saying, just capping it off with
So Q, you remember last week I had this discussion with me, you and T, we were talking on Facebook. And when I got my little promotion that I had got, the white guy who was at the job, he asked me, how do I do it? Like, how you been here this long and you are elevating? I told him straight up, y'all, I said, man, it's my personality. I build relationships with people. I asked him, because he's in a different department, I said, do you talk to your boss? He told me no. I said, well, how are you supposed to get information on what's going on with the company if you don't talk to your boss? Like, you saying you want to move up, but you have no relationship with HR. You have no relationship with your boss, the big boss. Like, you don't talk to none of these people. They think you're an asshole. Me, I have to be different. I can't be no asshole because, you know, my skin color. You get what I'm saying? I have to be a spark. You feel me? I have to be positive all the time. Walk around, make sure everybody's good. This is what I have to do. I have to engage and have a relationship with everybody in the hospital, y'all. And
make everybody feel comfortable.
And important.
Everybody. And he sat down. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your story.
So he sat down face to face and asked me how I do. And I asked him those questions. I said, why don't you do that? He said, I have a problem with it. There you go. You need to fix your problem.
Yeah.
And that's a hard one though, Oppo. And a lot of people deal with that. A lot of us deal with, you know, with that situation that, I mean, everybody don't have the same personality. Sometimes you think you want to come and work, do the job, and get appreciated for the work. You don't understand, or you don't know that the way really is just what it come full circle. What we started off with is relationship, having a rapport.
Yes, indeed.
No matter how great your work is, your work ethic is, how much you're on time, how much you dedicated to making sure, you know, you the best worker in the building. If you don't have that relationship, you don't have that rapport, it means nothing. And that's the key. And I learned this late in life. I wish I would have learned it before I went to college. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a major tool that if I understood that, a whole lot of things would have been different for all of us. I knew that, but I noticed some of my brothers, like some of y'all kind of knew, y'all kind of had that piece. I didn't have that piece, and I wish I did. That's something I wish I had.
Boy, I wish I would have stayed at Publix though, boy.
Stayed at what?
Publix. Boy, I would have been super paid right now, boy.
You'd be 300 pounds.
My daughter just started working the other day.
Yeah, get a job. Publix or Chick-fil-A.
Walmart.
And they pay for you to go to school, dog. As long as you, if you gonna stay with them, they'll pay for it. I did not think that jumped through, bro.
I just found out Starbucks do that too.
Pay for me to go to school, and they I ain't know that.
Yeah,
and they give you splits on they
Stop.
Yeah.
Washed up.